Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness Meets Entertainment in Color. Here to talk about Love Island UKC. Love Island USA Season 4, Episode 18. I'm your host, Untitled Francis, with my amazing co-host, Tamika Francis. How are you today, Tamika? What are your
Happy
overall thoughts of the
Monday.
episode? Happy Monday?
The episode. I don't know. I'm concerned. I I need them to let Maddie go.
Yes, I agree that we need to let Maddie go, or she needs to get with Jeff. You know what I mean? Like, I need her to do something. I mean, if we look at astrologically,
Mm-hmm.
she could be an okay match with Jeff. She's a Gemini. Jeff is an Aries, so there's a potential of that air and fire to be able to work well together,
Mm-hmm.
potentially. But she
But he's still too young. That was her excuse, is that Jared was too young. They have chemistry, but he's too young, so she can't see anything outside, so she won't open up. I get that. I've said that. I understand not being able to
but
open
isn't
stuff up.
how much older was Andy?
Exactly.
Andy was, I think, 23 as well.
Yeah.
Hi, Jessica. Thank you for being here. Chaz needs to go. He's a handsome man, but I'm sick of his face. I'm sorry.
Between
I
him and his sister, whoo, child. Although I agreed with him a couple times in the episode.
I mean, yes and no, but he just annoys me so much.
He is
And the energy
annoying.
that she brought in annoys me as well. I do think she should have stayed over Maddie. I do agree with him in that
Yeah.
sense.
Right.
But I'm not sure I like the way those siblings move, really. But it
No.
could be because they're water signs. That could be why I don't vibe with the way that they interact with these
Listen,
Islanders.
I'm usually okay with the water
Yeah,
sign,
you should be for sure.
but I tried. I was like, girl, I was riding for you, but these missteps that you're making, like Bria just did a whole ass interview, and
Oh, I haven't seen this. What did Miss Bria say? That let me guess. That her and Timmy really had something, but Zeta didn't let her get a chance to get to know him. So she completely stopped my experience and ruined my experience.
yep, that's pretty much her words.
This is I didn't know that she did any interviews yet, and I cannot well, obviously I can believe that she said that, but that's honestly ridiculous. And that is, it's just like victim. Oh, I'm the victim. Like, no, you went after somebody else's man,
Right.
and who she had a better connection with than you,
Correct.
and you didn't get him. You lost the battle. You went into the fight and you lost the battle, and now you're saying it's her fault that you lost the battle. How's that possible? He was
I
hers first.
I don't understand. Talking about it was like her fault that they did those kisses,
What kisses? In the
like the
challenge?
no, the one where, remember, he met up with her in between, and I'm pretty sure it
Oh,
wasn't
I
even.
love that kiss.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a production setup.
I don't care what it was. Them two walking and having to cross paths like that was so far the moment of the season. The music that they played for it was so good as well. I watched it again a little while ago. I saw a clip on YouTube, and I was like, they really made a good moment there. So
Right.
what's your problem with it?
Like, what did she say? Hopefully you guys got the gist of it. It was really her going out of her way to start drama and to exclude me, and not to give Timmy and I a fair chance to explore a relationship. It's really hard to do that when you choose someone and then the other person is making it a point to kiss them behind bushes, or have conversations with them and ask them, do you miss me? Do you want to kiss me? Things like that. It's really difficult when someone is persuading someone else to not build a connection with you. It's really hard. What the fuck is she talking about?
She's an
All that
idiot.
stuff she said, all that stuff she just attributed to Zeta was Timmy.
Right?
Timmy did
Timmy's one. He pulled her over for the kiss. right? And she did say, like, "Do you miss
She
me?" No,
didn't say,
she
did
said,
you?
"I miss you." Actually, I
Yes,
miss you. She said, "I miss you."
right. And he said, I miss you too. None of those girls are you.
Yeah.
She kindly like left that part out.
Uh-huh.
And there, and again, you can't tell me the producers didn't make that happen.
And even well, it's either the producers made that happen or it was
It just
like an honest
happened.
happenstance. Like it was
Right,
like an honest coincidence that was like, wow, like I can't believe we have cameras here. I'm so happy we caught this moment. You know what I mean? It could
right,
have been
right,
one of those as
right.
well.
And I
Um,
don't remember either her or him asking, "Do you want to kiss me?" Because that's not the type of moment it was. It was literally,
mm-mm. It was like
we're going to
the
go at it.
desire for each other that there was just like
Exactly.
drawing them in. Like they couldn't even stop it. Like she seems to be confusing people that have a genuine connection and like a magnetic connection
Right.
with Zeta putting her influence and keeping Bria out of the question the equation. Bria just needs to realize that what she was bringing didn't match what Zeta was bringing, and it
Right.
had nothing to do with Bria specifically. She doesn't have the same connection that Zeta has with Timmy. That's just facts. Like
And
if they
it would have been to her fine if she was doing that to Zeta, because that's what she was trying to do in the beginning, is exclude Zeta from having a relationship with Timmy, even though he still had a connection. The man said in a game twice that the person he would wanted to be with was Zeta. I don't understand how she's attributing all of this to Zeta instead of Timmy. I could understand if she was mad at Timmy and be like, well, I thought we were building something, but he was like, he did keep like focusing on her instead of on me, even though we were coupled up. Yeah, because he didn't want to be with you. But no, she's still blaming Zeta.
What? She's so annoying. Yeah, Jessica says from before, I guess I agreed with Chad's all episode. That was it. I mean, like once and a half. Jessica also says Bria's acting like Timmy is a child. Timmy was a willing participant for everything. Timmy made his choice. She's coming off bitter. Coming off bitter? She
She's
is
been,
bitter. She lost the battle and her ego is wounded because
yeah,
she feels as though she has all this sexual energy
yep,
and that she deserves to get
yeah,
whoever she decides to get because she's a bombshell, so she should
yeah.
be able to like get any single man that she wants and not have any sort of pushback. Like
She picked the wrong guy. She should have picked Jesse if she was going to do all that. He might have turned his head.
you know what, like if they were both in the villa at the same time and they're both getting like she was an OG
Hmm.
and they both were getting to know Timmy at the same time, he still would have been more interested than Zeta than with you, Bria.
Yeah,
So the time doesn't really matter here. You guys didn't have the same connection. Point. Period. Blank.
yeah.
Period.
And she posted a photo and tried to say, with a snarky remark, oh, it's cheaper to keep her, not me. And everybody's like, what are you talking?
What do you
So
mean
she
cheaper
got
to keep
eaten up
her?
in she got eaten up in the comments. Like you thought you ate, girl. Like, stop.
Well, then also though, like when she's all like pissed off her last episode or maybe second to last episode, she's like, she had all week to talk to him. Like this is my time now, and it's like, do you realize that you're on a game show and that like you're both supposed to be getting to know everybody? And so when Timmy said that he's willing to get to know you, he never said that he wasn't going to continue getting to know Zeta. He did say at one point that he was going to can his feelings when she didn't choose him, but we both said that you can't really can feelings like this, like especially with seeing them every single day. So I don't know what she expected. I don't know how she could even consider the fact that like she should just she can step back and let me have my time with him. Like she is ridiculous. Like she's big,
Absolutely ridiculous.
she's young, she doesn't get it. I see now why she's always that girl, because she doesn't understand connections, right? Like she said that she was like she never gets the guy and she's always like second
Yeah.
best and all that stuff.
Again, sexuality is not a personality. You can absolutely hook the guy with your sexual energy. You're not going to keep the guy that way. Like there was no
No.
any conversation that we saw. There was like barely any, and let alone that it doesn't even feel like he was sexually attracted to her, because he was actively doing things with Zeta, and then when he was coupled up with her, he was even though he was saying, I'm going to give her a go, blah blah blah, he was actively not doing those same types of things. The kissing on the arm, the rubbing the arm, rubbing the leg, like not making out at night, not really wanting to do that with her. Like, I don't know what more can be told to her.
He's just not that into you, babe. Because what you were offering up wasn't something that he was interested in. Sorry to say that, but it's true. Timmy likes, I mean, he likes banter. He likes you talk like he likes making jokes and stuff like that. And the only energy that she ever brought to Timmy was jealous energy, which is really, really, really annoying. So Jessica says, also based on unseen bits, Timmy and Bria's chats were dry as F. Yeah, because she leads with her sexuality. And so with her leading with that, she doesn't offer anything of substance to somebody like Timmy who wants somebody to stimulate his mind. Like he likes like look at him all of it. I know we not Tamika doesn't exactly enjoy his like some of his jokes and stuff like
It's
that.
corny though.
But like he does like that kind of banter. He does like his photosynthesis talk. He does like, you know what I mean, using his mind to communicate in a different way. And Bria wasn't giving any of that whatsoever. She was just bringing jealous girl energy. And Timmy, I don't think is a fan of the jealous girl vibe.
And I will say, I've always said, he might be corny, but he finds the words to let Zeta know she's the one.
Oh my god, she and like when he says these words, like you know that he's thought about them. You know what I mean? Like he wants to be particular with them. He wants to like let her actually really know how he feels. I think he's very sweet when he talks about her. Hi, Dira. So Bria can't kiss. Timmy was over it. He didn't want to hurt her feelings. Yeah, I mean, she kisses like like it's a show as opposed to connection. So let's talk about episode 18. We started the episode with another person who could go. Nadja. Nadja crying over Isaiah still. And this is she's doing actually the exact
I
same
was gonna
thing
say, she's
that
doing
Bria's
the
doing.
exact same thing. It was like the same language. It was the same crying. It was like, did you guys not understand the handbook when it was given to you guys? You're not an OG.
Yes, and it's like you're infringing on someone's relationship. And like when she started to get all indignant and was like, and she's like all over him. She's like all over him all the time. Like, and Kat's like, yeah, marking her territory. And it's like, this is basically her boyfriend who she's banged in at least one time in the hideaway. Like she feels connected to him and she wants to be all over him. It's her boyfriend, basically. Like, why are they're shaming her for like wanting to give affection to her boyfriend in the villa?
I don't.
Because you want to get a piece of her boyfriend. Like I'm just like, the more that she cries, the more that I'm like, you're not even pretty to me anymore. Like, I don't care about the storyline. I would like you out. And Kat encouraging her, I'm like, Kat, don't encourage her, but maybe she's just doing it for her own amusement. Because maybe I wouldn't, because she's Aquarius. So I don't know.
It kind of felt like it was, oh, good, take the heat off of me. You go, because I don't like him either. But you go ahead and
Make a big deal so that the focus is on you.
Yeah.
Oh, Dira, yes, Jeff looks way better than Isaiah. Way better than Isaiah. Like, I mean, she's not going to like Jeff's swagger, though, most likely Cancer and Aries. I don't think that elementally and sign wise really matches very well. So they're not going to vibe. But Kat though, like, just so she's like, oh, Kat saying she doesn't have. Oh yeah, Kat though really telling her to like go. Like you don't really have time. Like you have to go and like put some effort in. I'm just like, do you know what though? It really could be Kat like pushing this so that if there's a dumping, even though she doesn't like Chaz, Kat's not the one that gets dumped. It's Naja for like interfering in this relationship. So she goes, don't like you don't have much time. Go and make your
Yep.
plead your case. Go
Yep.
there.
And the only reason why I say that is because I feel like her tears later in the episode were so strategic.
I'm sorry. I have to applaud a little bit of a strategic Aquarius. Like
Yeah, it's like I was like, okay, I got it. I got it. Up to you,
I'm,
girl.
I'm fine
I,
with her at this point because like she did what she did to do to stay in the villa. She hasn't been lying per se to
yeah.
Chaz. Like she's been quite
No, she
honest.
hasn't.
And
But we all
so
know that you don't like him. Don't sit there and cry. Oh, I feel like this is my fault because I said I would be more open, but I was just trying to like
there might be a little bit of truth to it because it's not that easy for an Aquarius to shed a tear. So
she's a
um
liar and an actress.
liar, liar. Oh, and then Nadja, I'm like, get out of here, Nadja. She's like, I catch him sometimes looking at me. And this is the thing
Mhm.
with Isaiah, I don't think that Nadja is his type. Like if I was to put all the girls lined up in the villa, she would be near the bottom of who I would think was his type. Like definitely Sydney is his type. He likes a baddie. He likes a girl that has that kind of like vim, fire, like you know what I mean? Like that's my man. Don't touch him. I'll go to blows for him. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
seems to like that kind of energy
yeah,
and he finds it exciting. And
yeah,
so he would like I think he likes Sydney the best, but then
yeah.
next to that, I think that like he'd
I
probably
think
like
he had
Cat.
a good vibe with Cat,
He would like
personally.
Cat more than
Yeah.
Nadja. I think you'd
I
even
think
like
if he
Deb.
was gonna choose out of the two of them that came in that villa, it definitely was not gonna be Naja. I think it would have been Cat. Um,
100%.
that's
Like
just
Cat
my
is
opinion.
definitely more this look. I think that he would even choose like Zeta before Nadja. And who else is there? I'm forgetting somebody. It's one more person. Hi, Jess. How are you? We're just complaining about
Deb,
Bria and we're complaining about Nadja being
yeah.
the worst.
Yeah, I personally just she thinks that it's her, and I'm confused as to why she thinks that. But like no, like it's not you. I don't think that even if Sydney was there, you would be the choice. The person who I think type you are is the person you're coupled up with. You need to focus on him.
Yes, him or she could maybe like get in with Jesse.
Mm,
Cancer and Taurus are like definitely a good match.
mm.
So hi Sam.
I don't
Sam
know.
says I don't
She's
know if you're caught up
coming
in
off
the.
a little too young for Jesse. To me.
You think that Nadja comes off too young for Jesse? Hmm. Jesse's kind of he doesn't have any game, so he might enjoy like this like crying stuff. I don't know if you guys are caught up in the UK drama, but the way Jackson and Luca has been treating Remy has been terrible. I saw some videos about it, but I haven't watched them yet, so I have not caught up on the drama. Um,
I
oh,
mean, the only thing I saw is Remy put out a statement on his Instagram or something, just saying that Jax is terrible. Luca helped. Tasha liked it and she unfollowed Jax. So, but I don't know if her page is being run by management still. It's possible. I listen. I'm not like I genuinely liked Remy. I think he really liked. Actually, I really think he liked India a lot. She just wasn't his person, which sucks. But what they're doing to him, their fans are doing to him, I will say, is disgusting. But again, all that's been done is people rewarded Jax and Luca with millions of followers and lots of money and contracts, and hazing Remy as if that's what should be done. And I don't live in the UK, but people need to speak up and make it stop.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what went down, what Luca and Jax have been doing, but we both think that they're terrible already. So I could probably imagine what they are doing to Remy, especially since they are being treated like they're God's gift and that they have no repercussions for their actions and that they can treat people however they want to be treated because they're still going to be applauded. So Jess has read Bria's interview, and yeah, eye roll for sure. I haven't read it yet, but maybe I'm gonna read it and do like a reaction to it because she's so annoying, so annoying. Okay, so who says this? I hope you tell the okay. So Sydney is talking to Isaiah, and we ended the previous episode with her like tapping him on the back and telling him to go over to talk. And she kind of misconstrued what Zeta said a little bit, but basically she says to Isaiah, like, I hope you tell them that you are all that like that I'm all in for you. And she's like, wait, no, he says, I hope they know that I'm all in for you. And she's like, I hope you tell them that. And like I think that he has been kind of transparent, it seems. I mean, like, hey,
I
I'm not really go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know what Naja was talking about that he's always meeting her eyes. Girl, maybe you just keep staring at him and
And
and then he just happens to look and see you
he's
like
like, okay.
I don't know
Like
because I was like I listen and you know me I usually catch the eye stares and all that stuff. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
well, if you stare at someone for long enough, eventually you're gonna catch their gaze. It's kind of like that whole broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Like,
So
look at me,
yeah,
look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then they turn around because they're looking and they catch your eye and then they look.
and they smile because it's awkward, and then you think like, ooh, like our eyes met and he smiled. Like no, it was awkward and he didn't know what else to do. So Naja and Jeff talks, and I'm like, Jeff, you need to drop this girl, like just drop her. She doesn't need, she shouldn't be able to just crawl back to you every single time.
Yeah.
I thought he would give her a little bit more standoffish energy, but maybe because he's playing the game, he doesn't want to be dumped necessarily by kind of icing her out. But she's telling him about her feelings about Isaiah. And I'm like, Jeff, why are you letting yourself be this person that she's talking to? And he's like, I want the best for you, and like I don't want you to be upset. And like he like hugs her, and I'm just like, you need to like tell her that you're not the person to be talking to about this.
Listen, I oh God, I don't want to say it that way. I was gonna say something, but I'm trying not to say it that
Well, and
way.
then he even says like he wants her all to himself. I'm like,
Uh,
no, Jeff, this is not the angle.
I want to not believe he's playing a game. Sometimes I kind of feel like he is.
I
Like
think
he
he is.
doesn't. Yeah, because
I
like
think he is, but I think he also is willing to have a good connection with somebody, but
right.
he's playing the game until that may happen.
Yeah, and I mean it kind of works because he doesn't land in the bottom. He and the girl did. So I mean, I just I'm not saying he's not there to find love, and I understand people like his personality, but sometimes he says stuff, and I'm like, dude, like I really don't believe what's coming out of your mouth right now.
Well, I don't like him saying that he wants her to himself. Like, no, just be like, just cut it off. Give her an ultimatum and be like, either you just deal with me or like we're not dealing at all because you seem to have more interest in Isaiah. So like deuces, go chase him.
Yeah,
Like, I think it's such a turn off. It's like for her to be
that's why
crying to
I'm
him.
like, I don't know if I quite believe you because I feel like all of this is a turnoff. Like you just dealt with this with Zeta and you were turned off so quickly. So why is it because she's more your type that you're
Mm,
like, oh, I'm gonna go
you
all in on
wait for
her?
it.
I
That's
don't
annoying.
know. I don't
That's
know.
actually really annoying though, because like I didn't even think about the fact that he was like so turned off by Zeta so quick, and she's like, "Well, you knew what situation I was coming into, and you said that you're going to like fight
Give
for
it a
me."
chance, right?
And, and then I'm being honest with you with my feelings, and you're like turned off. Like I have to make a decision, like, and you're not making this girl make a decision.
I'm telling you, I don't know. I just don't not sure that I trust that he's not playing a game.
I
That's
think he
just
is. I actually
yeah.
just think he is flat
Yeah.
out. Like I don't like don't that's no trust there. Like I think he's playing a game. It's fine. It's what this show is. There
Yeah.
has to be some people that are game players, some people that are in for love, some people that are misguided. Like
Yeah.
we need to have all sorts. So I do think he's playing a game, but I think that there is a possibility that he would find somebody. Maybe
Yeah.
he doesn't think that he would, because like track record on these shows, like black
I
people don't
mean, I
usually.
can see that too. I can see that too. Like maybe he thinks that listen, she's his best chance to actually make a go of it in the villa, come out with a strong couple, make a couple bucks. So that's also possible. That's also possible.
So Chaz and Kat have a conversation, and she says that she's still interested in exploring other people, but he's still going to try. It's like she is basically saying, "I'm not into you at all. Let's leave me alone. Don't touch me. Like I don't want to share a bed with you." Like she's basically repulsed by him, and he's like, "I'm still going to give it a try." What more
Sad
does she need
business.
to do?
I I don't even know, to be
Maybe
honest.
they both just don't know how to take a hint.
Hmm.
Because Bria doesn't get a hint either. Like hints
Oh,
just go ahead.
or is it that they're just used to getting what they want? Like maybe they are absolutely not used to this because
Well, no, but
you know,
Bria said that she always is second best. So
yeah, but maybe not so quickly. Do you know what I mean? Like you're they're not always in a villa with a bunch of prettier people
that's
or
true. So maybe
people
like
with
they're the
more
hot shit of their
person.
town.
Exactly. So maybe they are used to like getting the guy. Maybe it's a oh we last for a while type of thing. But then yes, they eventually lose them to somebody with more personality or who they don't think is as pretty or as handsome or whatever. Because I can't understand this delusions that they're
Well, even okay, so even Isaiah, who's the youngest, I believe, in the villa, right before they're about to get ready for bed, we see them in the bedroom, and
Mhm.
Isaiah says to Chaz, like, "Hey, like, don't waste your time with this one." Like, clearly saying, like, Cat isn't into you. Don't waste your time here.
Yeah.
It's not going to be reciprocated, and he's still like, oh, do.
I mean, the fact that he had said, I might be wrong, but didn't he say that they won the game, and so people think that, so people that don't realize they're the
They're a
stronger
strong
couple.
couple.
So
What?
and I'm like, dude, that's not the case.
No,
Y'all are not strong. Y'all
no.
just won a game. I'm sorry.
Not even a game that tests anything.
At all. At all.
Like, you ripped off your shirt. I don't know. I don't even know if it was that one, but like you slid down a slide. Like, who cares? So everybody's going to bed, and Courtney, I think she mentions she might have been in the vanity room, that she wouldn't be comfortable if Bryce wanted to explore their options. And so this was the first time I was like, oh, weird. Like we don't see Sydney that often, and I just assumed that her and Bryce were good, and this was the first inclination that there might be more of a storyline that for them to be dropping in this line here, because I was like, what? Like, I wouldn't have thought that Bryce would want to explore his options from what's been shown on the episode so far. So I thought it just stood out to me. I didn't know what it meant at the time when it came up, but I was like,
I'm just wondering if it, at this point they keep coupling them up and people keep walking into the villa. So maybe it was making her on edge. And she said he did kind of cut off her long love language, which was being physical. We know that that's her love language.
yeah.
Uh,
So in the morning, she's upset that Bryce didn't like want to make out with her before going to bed, which I also think is weird though. Why does she want to make out with her before you go to bed?
I don't know. And we know that I will not say that for an absolute fact in this villa that it's that somebody is like absolutely not attracted to the person or trying to start funny business, because we know that they screw up their sleep schedule very often. That sometimes they're up for days really late, or their sleep schedule gets thrown off. He's been in the villa, what, a week, maybe a week. He came in with Jeff,
Yes.
so 2 weeks. It might just be jet lag. The boy might have been actually tired.
Well, but also though, like what is he doing? We didn't really get to see it. Like some people don't want to get like super passionate, right? But like if they're really tired, like they might just want to have a couple kisses and then go to sleep. So I just I need to see what I need more evidence, Courtney. I need more evidence. But so she wants to have a conversation with Bryce, but she wants Zeta to come, which I also was like, this is also very weird. I did see the eye roll in bed, and I wouldn't have been offended by that particular eye roll. So she said, what did she say? Do you remember what she said in the bed
No, I
before the
didn't.
eye roll?
No, I didn't.
Well, she said something, and he was like he just went, ugh. And she's like, you don't roll your eyes at me. And she kind of played it off like she wasn't actually offended. And we'll learn later that apparently he rolls his eyes a lot at her.
Mm-hmm.
But why aren't they giving us more evidence of this?
I don't know. And I mean, listen, lots of people roll their eyes. Oh, it's just, I mean, if it's something that absolutely offends you, I get it. But also, I could understand if you checked your behavior and you're like, well, dang, like I'm not doing anything. And he's rolling his eyes at me. So I don't know.
I need more evidence. And so the fact that they haven't been showing more of them as a couple is annoying to me because like I want to be able to make a better judgment call as to what's happening within their relationship.
Yeah. I mean,
We
well,
learned
they're
though.
not focusing on relationships, they're focusing on drama, and it's annoying.
Hi, Miss St. Pete. Yeah, 80 plus cameras inside and no shots. Yeah, like I want to know what. Like, give me a rewind. I need to see evidence of these eye rolls, please. Yeah, no shots of the eye rolls. It's weird, and so maybe they didn't want to put it in because they didn't think it was going to be an issue. Like, I don't know. I don't know why they're not showing it because now it seems like it's a major part of the storyline. I don't understand what happened.
Right.
No surprise to anybody, but Maddie isn't feeling Jared. We knew that was going to be a thing. Like, no shock. You're not shocked. The boys chat a bit, and he says that they had a couple of kisses, not in bed, but I guess he's talking about kisses and challenges and stuff like that. And so, Jared, those aren't real kisses; they don't count. And then later on, so it was kind of like an outdoor girls chat, but Sydney and Isaiah, I believe, were there. And then also, so Chaz asked Sydney why they chose Maddie.
I was sitting there like, yes. No, what? No, when he asked the question, I was like, and when he then said, because she had a connection with Jeff, and Maddie doesn't want to get to know no one. I was like, damn it, y'all got me agreeing with Chaz because I don't get it.
Well, that's what we wanted to happen. So we're just like, go leave with Andy.
Like, I don't understand. Just go be with Andy. Like, it. Just don't get it.
I haven't watched any of Andy's exit interviews, but I doubt that he's like pining away over her.
No, the only thing about his no, he seems to be actually. He keeps saying that she helped him open up. Blah 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 blah. He really misses her. I don't know if it's genuine. Him and Serenity have a bunch of like interviews or something going on in New York this weekend, so we'll see what happens. But I'm not sure if I'm a fan of Andy because he seems to hate Timmy and Zeta. So
Why? How?
I don't know. He just like he said his favorite couple is Deb and Jess, and I was like, they're not a couple.
That's a bad. Oh yeah, we talked about this. Him having
Yeah.
a bad read and like
Yeah.
not really getting what relationships are or chemistry or what a good vibe is. Like, because
Yeah.
you could see that he doesn't have a good vibe with any of these women by how he kisses them. Like he kisses like somebody that doesn't know how to have a connection.
Yeah.
So Courtney decides to pull Bryce for a chat and then calls in Zeta. And Zeta doesn't actually want to be part of this, but she says that she would fly from England like to Tokyo if she just to help out Sydney. So that's another thing too. Like we knew that Sydney really likes Zeta and was like defending her really hardcore, and like even with the kiss being having some like sexual tension and chemistry with Zeta. But we also haven't seen Zeta and her friendship grow, because later on this episode she says that Sydney is her best bird in here, and we don't even see any of that either.
No, it's unfortunate. They've decided that this. I really, really think that they're trying to go for a season five, UK kind of style of editing. And first of all, there's like always 10 to 15 minutes left at the end of the episode after commercials. Um, they're not showing us friendships. They're not showing us actual conversations. They're not building and establishing what is actually going on in the villa. The reason why season five worked, and I'm not even the biggest season five, like, like it's my thing because I don't like drama necessarily, but I do know that those were real emotions because those people built real friendships. We saw the friendships that got built between Yewande, Anna, and Amber. We saw the relationships that was being built between Amy and Curtis, and then like the evolution of then him like moving away from her and going to Moira, and in between like playing around with what you call it, I forget her name right now, but it's
The beauty, the Miss America part of
Danny's
the
Danny's ex, which I can't remember right now, and I like her, but like we
Joanna, no, Jordan.
Jordan, yes, like we saw the evolutions of the actual emotions that were being built to those crescendos,
Of course.
and what you're doing is you're cutting off the building,
Yeah.
so when the crescendo happening,
It just
we
falls
don't
flat.
care.
Yeah. That's what we've been saying this whole time. It's like the way that these shows work is if we care about people's journeys, right? And this is also the friendship journey. I know it's Love Island, I know it's not Friendship Island, but friendships are made, and I do really enjoy the friendships that are made on these shows as well. I love seeing these connections. So the fact that we are not seeing them, and then we have to care, or like I don't fully understand why it's hard for Zeta to make a decision. I don't fully understand why she's her best bird in the villa. Like I should understand that so I can be like, oh my god, what is she gonna do? Like these are two best friends up there. Like to get me connected to the drama of it all, I need to know where they are at. I can't just have it like just told to me. Show, don't tell is like the key to classic storytelling. Like it's like you have to show me their emotions, show me their connections. Don't just tell me that they have one.
Right.
Lip service doesn't work. It's very irritating, and I don't understand why they continue to do it. So Jessica says Sydney's explanation is why the girls shouldn't be allowed to save girls, and vice versa. They'll be more inclined to save their friends over who could have a connection. Absolutely. And I think that they wanted to keep Maddie, and that's why they had the girls choose the girls, basically. Because if the guys chose, then Jeff would have had a say, and he'd be like, "Well, I have a connection with
She would have
Maddie."
absolutely stayed. Bria
Or
would
with
have
sorry,
stayed.
Bria.
Bria would have stayed because it would. She already had two votes on that side. She had Jeff and she had Chaz. She would have absolutely stayed. They wanted to give Maddie a fair shot to stay, and knowing that the preponderance of the evidence was on her side to stay if they went with the girls. So I understand
Exactly.
that they were trying to be fair because Bria had a built-in vote already, but it still kind of was not fair because I feel like the same could be said with the girl. She had multiple votes for the
Hmm.
girl.
I think that they wanted Maddie to stay over
Mhm.
Bria,
Right.
and so they made it as easy for that to happen.
I agree.
Zira, yes, please send Maddie home. She's boring. Yep. I think Maddie is leaving tonight. I hope so. We'll get to it, but I hope so. They showed Deb crying and Jesse isn't going anywhere. Well, maybe we can get lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky. We won't, but maybe. So Nadja pulls Isaiah for a chat. And I'm oh wait, sorry, let's go back to Courtney pulling and talking to Zeta with Bryce, and it was a little bit awkward that Zeta was here in on this conversation, and Bryce was kind of like, "Why does she need to be here?" And Courtney's like, "Well, I want to make sure that like you don't change like when we're having this conversation," and so she's like basically like asking him to like want to be with her, and he wants to know whether or not that they were going to be able to get over this, and she's like, "I don't know, only time will tell." I don't understand what's happening. What happened? No, but I'm not even joking.
I don't know. I really don't know. I
Like
don't
he seems like
know.
he doesn't know either, but like she bringing Zeta as an impartial third party, like he's gonna hit her. Like what's happening? Like why is Zeta there?
You know what it felt like? It's like, you know how in the UK they kept doing this. They kept using India and Dammy as like therapists and counselors the entire time in the villa. And it was like, I don't give a fuck
So
about
she's
this.
the
I want to
mediator.
watch Zeta crack on with Timmy. I don't care about, like, don't do this. And I like Courtney.
It's yeah, it's not good.
Like,
But I just
but I
like
also think Courtney, I don't know, she's just like kind of immature. Is it immature?
is
Something's
it
not
her?
right there.
Is this her putting up her wall?
Could be.
Making a problem that doesn't actually exist, because like from the very beginning, and I still believe this of her, she seems to have a big block around. I feel like what must have happened is something happened in her childhood, potentially with an adult male, whatever, that has traumatized her. And that's one of the reasons why I feel like she does all this plastic surgery, because I think that she wants to put a bit of a mask, a bit of a barrier. Some people that have been abused, sometimes they turn to eating, and I think in Sydney's case, or Courtney's case, I think that she might have turned to plastic surgery to build a mask so nobody's really seeing the real her. And I think that she puts up that barrier with men, and then but women, she's more open, and she feels safer with women. And so that could be why she's inclined to wanting to have a same-sex relationship, because she feels a little more comfortable with women. But I don't think she opens up to men completely. And Bryce is a Cancer. He's ready to open up. Like he's going to give you a lot of emotion. So the fact that you are not able to connect with him this way, I kind of feel like it's on Courtney at this point.
Right. And I will be honest. Um, Unlike Jeff, I do feel like Bryce is more genuine. I do. I haven't
Yeah.
seen anything that's like, oh, he's not genuine. Um, but I do, but I've been saying this since the beginning. I actually kind of want to see Courtney coupled up with a woman to kind of gauge what what kind of, like, what's missing there, because there's always something missing. There was something missing with Felipe. There's something missing, and I am wondering if it's because with a woman she can be softer. It's not necessarily, it's sexual energy, but she doesn't necessarily have to put out just sexual energy. There's communication. There's other things that she might be putting into that relationship, that there's that block that she can't fully put out. And I'm not saying, it's possible that something happened to her, but I'm just saying it just kind of feels like there's a block.
Well, yeah, there's a block, and usually blocks happening from something happening, usually between ages of 0 to 7, something traumatic. Not sure exactly what it is or what it could be, but if the block doesn't come out of nowhere, because when you're born, you are born perfect. You're not having any resentments and any hangups. Like you love everybody and everybody loves you. You are the center of everybody's world. And so something must have happened to change that. And so it's just life. It could just be life, and like it could be just like a teacher that says the wrong thing to her, like it's just something that impacted her
Because
most
she
likely.
was a beautiful girl. I'm gonna tell you, it's really sad, kind of, the stuff that she's done to herself. Because seeing her, she was beautiful to me. And now she's still beautiful, but she just is not, to me, it's just not that natural like effervescent beauty that she had.
Yeah, now it's fake to me, her
Yeah.
beauty. Like it's cookie cutter. She looks good, obviously, but like she doesn't look real to me. She doesn't look like she doesn't look real to me. And I still like her though.
Yeah.
But don't understand though why the producers are not showing more of her, because I do want to understand this storyline a little bit better, because she just looks like she's blowing things out of proportion for no apparent reason, and I don't know why she's causing all this drama. So then Nadja pulls Isaiah for a chat, and he basically says, like, I'm not interested in you. Leave me alone. Basically what she said. And he says it in the way that he's like, if I were to move on with you and it didn't work out, I would be really upset with what I lost out with Sydney. And I'm sure that this is gonna be Nadja's gonna spin it to be like, Sydney like told it, like gave him an ultimatum and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, they're in a relationship. like anyways.
I
Was it her that said that she's a cheater? Yeah, she is. She did say
Yeah,
that.
I just like, dude, you like, we're like, do they need if they did not hand out a manual, they need to hand out a manual.
Or just
If
give
you
them
are
the
not an
season
OG
before.
and you are a bombshell or a Casa girl, this is how you should expect to act. This is what you should expect to find when you get in the villa. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's the age, I don't know what it is, but this is not working for me.
So Sydney tells Maddie about Chaz's comment. Um about the fact that like she doesn't deserve to be there, but Bria had a connection with somebody and Maddie is not like seeming to want to open up with everybody else. And it's true. And so Maddie takes his time to go to the dressing room, to go and cry in the dressing room.
Like, how many of them have cried this season? Like,
And
I just
Deb goes to find her.
understand the crying because it's like, oh well, they want me to just start having feelings that I'm not used to. Then why did you come on this show? Like, what did you think this show was about? Like, I don't understand. If you are not a person who is easy to open up in a short amount of time, why come on Love Island? Then, like, then just fake it until the end. And
Fake it or just be like just hard and just be like, yeah, I'm not into you. Yeah, no, I'm not into you. No, I'm not into. I guess you could do that. Like who did that? Was it Sharon that did that? Like, yeah, this is
yeah,
like
until you go. I feel like she wants it both ways. Like, she wants to,
stay in the villa, but she also doesn't want to open up and explore different relationships.
right, and then gets upset every time she lands at the bottom. Like, dude,
Chad's got all this mouth since his sister left.
no, for real. Yeah.
Yeah, Maddie, you're right, Jessica. Maddie came on the wrong show. She should have went on The Bachelor or something. I mean, yeah, at least on The Bachelor, like she'd be crying as well, though. Are we sure that she's a Gemini? Like, this is just weird.
she
She's
would
crying like a Cancer.
she would have been crying, but I'm saying, I I I just feel like this is not the venue. This is not the venue.
No. So Miss St. Pete says, I was ready for Maddie to leave last week, and now now feels she's giving us more than Courtney is. I don't know if she's giving more than. I think that they're just not showing what Courtney is giving, um, like so far. But even if she is giving more, I don't think tears is enough for me to want her to stay.
I was gonna say, crying? That's more?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, that's not what I want.
So the
No.
tear, the crying that you started to kind of represent was like, I move slower, I feel like I'm stealing people's experiences and that I
Right.
don't deserve to be here. It's like,
No.
well, kind of.
I was like, I'm screaming at my phone the entire time. Y'all should have sent her fucking go!
With Andy, Andy, like all I can do is think about Andy. All I can think about is Andy, and it's like, well, if all you can think about is Andy, Like,
Evacuate yourself.
why
Understand?
did you should have been like, I can't, if Andy's gonna be the one that's going, I have to go with him. I don't want to rob anybody of their experience. Bria, you stay here. You have a connection with Jeff. I'm gonna go and be with my man. You would have had a better edit there, Miss Maddie. People would have liked you. Like, whether you guys broke up immediately or not, like, you would have had so much good publicity. You wouldn't be the crying girl that we all want to like.
But see, I don't feel like she liked Andy like that either.
No, she doesn't. She's
I
just
think
like
she's
using it
full
as
of
an
shit.
excuse.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think she's full of shit.
She doesn't know she can keep trying. Well, definitely wrong show, because that's all this show is about, is going on dates and meeting people. Like, you haven't even met that many people. What, you met like 5 people? Like, have you ever never gone on a speed dating event where you're just like, oh, this guy sucks, or this guy sucks? Oh, it's kind of interesting, I guess. But
And I
oh,
think it would be. I think it would. Well, not Andy necessarily, but I think it would be different if the guys she was like doing this with were like terrible. But like Jared has seemed like really sweet. He's really been trying.
but
Like
he's also ethnic. I don't really see her as going out with like a brown guy. Like,
I
like
can see that.
to be
Yeah,
honest.
I can see
Um, and so like, oh, he's really nice. I do you think he looks like Brody Jenner? I was like 0% chance he looks like Brody Jenner. Do you know what Brody Jenner looks like?
maybe a
No, no,
little.
no. Brody Jenner. Okay, I'm
The
just gonna.
hair.
Not at
He's just
all.
darker.
I mean, I just don't find they look alike at all. Okay, so let's just pull up a Brody pic. All right, so I do not think he looks like Brody. Oops.
I never see Brody without facial hair.
You've never? Okay, hold on. Here's Brody looks a little bit ethnic here. I guess also like Brody is super non-ethnic to me.
Mm-hmm.
So he looks ethnic here for sure.
I don't know. Those people like they're tanning and they're bronzing and I don't know.
What's his name again? This guy?
Jared.
Jared Love Island. What is it? Like, yeah, that's not him. He does not look like one. Does not look like Brody Jenner. See, like, this is what he really looks like. You know what I mean? I mean, he's not unattractive, obviously, but like,
I don't know.
wait, am I still on the same screen? Yeah. Oh, I'm still on that screen. I'm like on all these new screens and it doesn't actually move over. Well, he's okay. But I just don't think she's into him. Miss St. P says the Brody comparison was almost as funny as Sydney and Isaiah thinking they are number 1. True. No, he does not look like Brody Jenner, not at all. And yeah, Maddie is a Gemini. It's weird, but like maybe she has like her moon and her rising both in something watery, because and like her Mercury is all water stuff. Like, it must be because she got too many tears. Jess says, I think Jared is attractive. He doesn't look like Brody Jenner, though. I do think he's attractive, but I also think he's ethnic. And I also wouldn't be surprised if Maddie isn't into dating people of different backgrounds. Wouldn't be surprised. Anyways, so we have an award show. And so thank you for finally giving us some drama here. Maddie and Jared are hosting, and we're going to find out America's verdict. So the hottest couple. And so most of the people in the video said that it was Courtney and Bryce, but the audience says Timmy and Zeta, which I was like, thank you, audience. That's the right answer.
It is because I voted for it.
Thank you. Most boring. So a lot of people said Deb and Jess, like in the villa. And Deb is really offended. Since did you think?
Not one of those people. Not one of
But
those
they
people.
end up putting Courtney and Bryce. Now I think it's because they're not showing their relationship.
Right. Let me see if I can pull up those polls because somebody had downloaded them, and I thought I'd like bookmarked her Twitter. But then I couldn't find it, and I was like, frick, because I feel like they skewed some of those damn votes, but maybe they didn't.
So Deb, though, while she's kind of clapping back, being insulted that people thought she was boring, she's like, "Well, no, we're not had just because we're not having sex on a daybed." So do you think that they actually had sex on the daybed, Zimmy, or do you think that she's just being like sour?
I don't know what that was energy was because or was it her that said that or was that him? I thought
No, it was her. It was her.
it was her. Yeah, I was just like, that's not the issue here. Y'all, again, we also don't see their conversations,
If
so
it was a good one, they would show it.
right, like y'all are not. Y'all might think y'all are funny. Y'all might think that you have it going on. I just do not think that y'all do. Yeah, so they took down the polls, so I can't even pull them up. But just y'all are boring. But y'all said that. Y'all said that something's off. Y'all said so I don't know why you're mad at us for voting you boring, truthfully.
So the least genuine is Kat and Chaz. No surprise there.
Yes, I was also voted for them.
So one-sided relationship, and
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was second place was Sydney and Isaiah, and third place was Zeta and Timmy. When Zeta and Timmy found out that they were like third, Timmy spits out his drink completely, very boldly. But the winner of this one was Deb and Jess in a one-sided relationship. Sorry, what were we gonna say?
Yeah, I was so confused that Timmy and Zeta would even being in that, and I can't remember. I wish I could find what the polls ended at because I feel like they made that up.
So you should have taken a screenshot, yo.
No, I should have. Let me see if I bookmarked it, and I just can't find it.
Jessica says, I laughed when Timmy spit out his drink when him and Zeta were third in the one sided category. I would have too, because that's how absurd it is. It is absurd. It is absurd. So maybe the producers are just trying to cause some drama between the two of them. Because
Yes.
I think that they were maybe in the running for most boring. I can't remember right now, but definitely not one sided. Like, out of all the couples, one sided is not with them.
Yeah.
Like you could put one sided, you could have put Chaz and Kat there. You could have put one sided Maddie and Jared there. Like definitely, they both like each other.
Yeah. I,
Jessica, okay, guys, I was so annoyed. Chaz acts like a toddler, always talking about somebody picking on him and Kat. I'm sick of his fake macho guy act. He's no way near the realest in the villa. No, he's so he thinks he's like tough. Like he thinks he's like gonna go to blows. Like he's like, don't talk about my girl like this. Like, sit down. Sit down. So I'm pretty sure Chaz and Cats were top 3 for all of the negative polls. Polly, maybe they just put Zimmy in there just to like change it up because they don't want Kat and Chaz to like cry about it. So after the challenge, Maddie is talking to Nadja, and wondering if she actually thinks that there's something. Well, Nadja's asking Maddie if she actually thinks that there's something there, and that's where Maddie's like, "Well, he looks like Brody Jenner. Like, I think Brody Jenner is really hot." But then this is the new reason why it's not going to work between them. She says she doesn't know if he's ready for marriage. What? What are you talking about, Maddie? Like, so this is the disqualifying factor is that you won't open up to him because you don't know if he's ready for marriage yet? What? How does that make any sense, Maddie? Anybody is ready for marriage like at any time, right? You meet the right person like you have that connection, you want to spend the rest of your life with them, like you could be ready for marriage at any age. So that being like a disqualifying factor because you're 3 years older than him, like is really, in my opinion, you just making excuses as to why you don't want to invest in that relationship. Which is
I
fine.
agree.
You could not be interested in him. That is totally fine. But don't start making up like, well, he's not ready for marriage. What if he said he was? Would that change anything? No. Stop lying, girl.
Nothing that she um has exemplified has said to me that she wants to get married.
Okay.
So
Nothing or nothing? You said nothing?
nothing,
Oh,
nothing.
yeah, no.
So for her, like none of her conversations with Andy, I could understand if we were seeing conversations of her like what's your timeline for getting married? When do you want to have kids? Nothing, nothing. No. So
Nicole's
you're
come get
telling me you can't open up, but you want to get married tomorrow?
Nicole's is agreeing here. Yeah, Maddie's saying she moves at a slower pace, but she's also looking for someone who is ready for marriage soon. Like, yes, shut up. Not making any sense, Maddie. Like, just say that you're not into him and that's cool. It's fine. You don't need to be interested in every single guy that's single in the villa. It's totally fine. This is worse for you. So we see Isaiah and Timmy talking, and I'm like, Timmy, stop giving bad advice to Isaiah, but maybe he just wants to have some drama on the season. But she, because he doesn't really like that Sydney is giving Isaiah an ultimatum, and it's not really an ultimatum. Like it is, but it isn't. Like in the villa, just to be like, hey, you can go and explore your options with anybody you want to. I just might not be there when you come back. Timmy said that to Zeta, or about Zeta anyways. Like he was like, oh well, like she's not gonna pick me, like maybe I'm not gonna be around when she comes back. Like it's a fair thing to say, I think. I
Found
don't.
it.
Okay.
One-sided relationship. Deb and Jess 43.4%. Sydney and Isaiah 27.6%. Zimmy and Zimmy Timmy and Zeta 8.3%. That's what they came in third place.
So what about the other percentages?
Um Chaz and Kat 7.5, which to me they should have been higher. 5.7 for Naja, 2.6 for Maddie, and 4.9 for Courtney and
It's
Bryce.
probably like Bria stands that are like, oh, he's still interested in Bria.
Yeah,
He didn't
yeah,
get a chance to explore with Bria, so he's gonna cheat on Zeta.
yeah.
It's dumb.
Yep.
It's definitely dumb. So Timmy's giving Isaiah bad, advice. They do talk about the awards being super, the shittiest effing awards. I do like their friendship. I think it's cute, but Timmy, stop giving bad advice because I don't think that he will be happy if Sydney and him break up.
I genuinely think he likes her. The issue is not him on that side to me.
Crying Naja? What?
No, oh, I'm sorry. Between him and Sydney, I don't think the issue would be him. I could see them both playing around it, Casa Amor. Again, they're both young, but I still think he would come back to them. I would more see her straying, like we
Well,
kind of
and
said.
like being pissed off that he didn't like show her
Right?
that he wanted to be with her, and he was like flirting with the idea of being with Nadja. So I can see her
Yeah.
being pissed for
I
sure.
mean, she kind of did the same thing already with Andy. She was open. She kissed him. Like she held it back. I mean, I think we've already seen it, and that wasn't Isaiah. Isaiah's been writing for Sydney since the beginning.
Hmm. So Sydney and Deb have a conversation, and Deb's like, "Well, maybe I'm giving him too much." Wait, no, Sydney's saying maybe I'm giving him too much attention, and maybe I should pull back. I'm like, yeah, that'll be good. That'll work for
Yeah,
probably.
I think
Yeah,
that'll work because then you know that Pisces obsessive
yeah, like
thing
needing
will
to
come
have
out.
the attention, like in like a physical, emotional, connected sort of way. Like if
Mhm.
he feels distance there, like he's going to start questioning things.
Yeah,
So I'd put a little distance there for sure.
When see
Um,
what he should do differently. Yeah. Oh,
Dev is also worried that it's her that's the issue and she's putting her walls up and that he's doing everything right. I'm like, this is also a terrible read, Deb. Terrible, terrible
I
read.
was like, wait, how did you get that from what just happened? Like, I'm not even the biggest Deb fan, but I was like, where did that come from? Like, there was that came out of nowhere to me because I was like, no, 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 y'all are just a bad couple. But I'm not saying it's you. I wouldn't say it's all you. It's not you.
It's
It's both of you.
exactly, exactly. It's so weird that she's like she can't believe that it's him, but she gets nothing from him. So she has all this evidence. So he doesn't want to make out with her. He doesn't like PDA. He doesn't really open up and express himself to her at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she feels as though she's open and wanting to express and feeling hurt when he doesn't want to have intimate moments with her. But it's her fault?
I'm
What?
so confused. I was
How'd you come to that conclusion, Deb? Anyways, so yeah, she's worried that she's the one that is causing the one-sidedness of this relationship. I'm like, Deb, like this, don't take this on because it has nothing to do with you. If you go in with it like that, then that means that she literally will forgive him for anything because she'll think it's all
for
of her fault.
anything, but I
So maybe
already
she's
thought
being
that.
gaslit, kind of in a way. I'm gonna be watching this
I
actually.
don't. I mean, we don't see their conversations, but I don't feel like he's gaslighting
No,
her.
not intentionally, because like it's like making someone feel crazy about what they're doing. So maybe like the whole combination with that, with like the pull, with how
Mhm.
he's acting, all of that combined ends up kind of gaslighting for Deb. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe there's another term for when something like that happens
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't. I think gaslighting would imply it's actually
from
like
him
he's doing it on purpose.
intentionally. Yeah, like for
Yeah, so
manipulation.
that's I definitely probably isn't the word, but he could be unintentionally causing an insecurity in her because he's doing what he's doing. But it also, I'm not saying it's not him. Like I'm not saying that it's not true. I just don't think he's into her. I think if he was into her, he would be different. I just and I could be basing this on nothing. I don't know him, but also I'm a Taurus, and I just feel like when we're really into somebody, we give a lot more affection, and when we're not into somebody, we are very reserved.
Hmm. Exactly. And so we're seeing this playing out in both of them. One wants more
Right,
infection and one is more reserved. So,
right.
hmm. So we see Kat, Courtney, and Zeta chatting. And this is where Kat has her little crying moment where she feels bad that, you know, that she's second guessing her relationship with Chaz and she doesn't want Chaz to think that she wasn't being genuine. And it's like, she just knows that there's a dumping coming or something. So I mean, I do think that she probably feels a little bit like found out
Yeah,
because like Chaz is a young guy, right? And
yeah.
so he's really naive. And I think that she thought that, you know, he'd pick up the hint a little quicker. Like, you know, with her just being like, yeah, I still want to explore my options. Like, I'm still all into it. And she's just like, oh, I thought that he would understand that like I'm not really into it. Like, and he still wants to pursue some things. So I think that because he's so young that he might not be able to pick up the clues that she's putting down. And now she feels maybe a little bit like a shitty person because it's like a little bit more manipulative since she's only a little bit older than or the same age or whatever, but she seems more mature, at least relationship wise, than he is.
Yeah.
So Sydney chats with like Isaiah and he really reassures her and like I only have eyes for you and you know he thinks that they're the strongest couple. Both of them think that. I'm just like over Zeta and Timmy and he's like yes. What? I agree, Martini. Kat should have faked it for at least a day. Well, I think that she faked it the first night, and then the next day when they had to like start cuddling and talking, and like she said, like I still want to see other people. Like I think she just was trying to let him down easy. I don't know. But she could have faked it a little bit longer, I guess. But like also he should have picked up the hint a little quicker. I don't know. So Jesse and Deb are talking, and they're talking about how after the challenge, Jesse was so distraught. I'm just like, were you, or are you just using that word? I don't see that you were distraught. Like, you don't really care to me. And so she just doesn't understand, like, what are they seeing? What is the audience seeing that she doesn't know? Like, why does it feel like something's off? It's like, because he's not into you, Deb. That's what that feeling is. He's not into you at all.
And to be fair, I don't think she's into him either. I think she fetishizes him. I think they may have like a genuine, good, solid friendship, and maybe relationship. I just don't see any chemistry. I don't see sexual chemistry. I don't see anything pulling them to have an actual, um, you know, love match.
No, not at all. Like, it's not going to be this hard. Like, I know people say like relationships are work, but at this stage, this should be the fun stage. I know you're on Love Island, and so you think that it's all going to be tests and all these different things. But if you're genuinely into each other, this part would be easy. You're not even dealing with somebody coming in and trying to break you guys up. You're just like dealing with hugging sometimes. I don't know.
I don't
So
know.
yeah, I don't think that they're both into each other, and I think Deb is definitely putting in too much work where it's definitely not working.
No.
So we get a text. We've been voting on our favorite girl and boy, and so the 4 girls. Why do they go 4? I wonder.
To put Courtney in the bottom.
I guess she's 4th.
Yeah. And to make it harder. And I'm pretty sure to put Jesse in the bottom. Unless Jesse was 3rd and then they had to go up to 4th in order to make sure that he wasn't out, kind of thing. You understand what
Sort
I'm saying?
of.
It should have been a double dumping, in my opinion. There should have been 4 people on
Yeah, because it's usually 5 couples per Casa. Now there's 6.
Yeah, it was weird to me because I was like, a lot of these people should be going.
Dira says that Kat wants a white man. She wanted Isaiah also. I mean, I definitely don't think she's into Chaz. Can't tell if let's see if maybe she could get a vibe going with Jeff, maybe. But the men of color that are in the villa at this point, she's not into. I don't feel. I think the wrong people were in the bottom 3. Really? I think that they're right.
Bottom 3 or bottom 4?
Maybe she's excluding Jesse and Courtney.
No, because I definitely think those were the right people.
Yeah, so the 4 boys that were in the bottom were Jesse, Chaz, and Jared. Jared, and Bryce. That's fine for me. And then the 4 girls were Maddie, Kat, Nadja, and Courtney. I think that that's all correct.
Yeah, and I actually voted for Court. I had a feeling. I know they weren't showing her relationship. The thing is, I was worried for Timmy, and so I voted for him twice instead of voting for Bryce. So that's the thing. And I actually swung some votes her way because I was actually very worried for her. So my feelings were valid.
Jessica says, no, I mean the wrong people were in the bottom 3 vote, and that's why they went to bottom 4. Oh, so maybe Courtney was in the bottom 3, so they took the bottom 4. I see.
Yeah, okay.
I see what you mean. Or maybe Jesse was in the bottom 3, not Bryce or Jared or one of the other people. And so that makes sense. I see what you're saying. So they're going to have to choose one boy and one girl to go home. The boys are going to choose the girls. The girls are going to choose the boy. So we see Deb, Zeta, and Sydney having to choose between these 4. Obviously, they're going to save, in my opinion, Courtney. Mm-hmm. So do you think that they'll send Maddie home over Kat and Nadja?
Who we think is going home on the boys' side? Chaz?
Chaz.
Gotta be Chaz, right?
I don't think Kat's gonna go home from those tears.
They might keep Maddie. If they keep
And then just get
Dallas,
rid of Nadja because like Sydney doesn't want her around.
yeah.
We know, Martini, but we might not get that to be the outcome. It's basically between Maddie and Nadja at this point, and Nadja didn't really do a good job with making friends.
Because I don't see Jeff saving her. Like,
yeah, just be like, yeah, she can go.
Yeah, what's his incentive to save her?
He'd be like, I'll take a risk at Casa more. I don't have any baggage. Yeah, I don't think that Jeff is going to care necessarily. And Isaiah might be like, let's get rid of Nadja. She's just causing trouble with me and Sydney. Just thinks Isaiah over Maddie. Not sure about Jeff and Timmy. Oh, Isaiah is over Maddie. Not sure about Jeff and Timmy. But is Isaiah wanting to deal with Nadja? Because if Nadja stays, she's going to be like, oh my God, Isaiah probably saved me. Like, because he wants to, like, get to know me.
This is so hard. I don't know.
I don't think Deb was crying over Nadja. That's true. Yeah. But she could be crying over who they said. I don't know. I guess she wouldn't cry over Chaz. So yeah, maybe Maddie will end up going home, and that's why Deb is crying. Wait, who was reading it? So Deb was reading the boys, right?
Yeah, Deb was reading the boys.
And so who would be the most
Isaiah,
dramatic?
Right? Isaiah was reading the girls.
I don't think it showed the boys.
Oh.
Well, usually the person that reads it is the one that is going to be impacted the most. So do you think that Deb was crying over the fact that maybe she's decided to let Jesse go?
I'm going to tell you the truth. If she does, I think that would screw up her game, actually.
He doesn't care about Nadja plus Casa is coming up.
She would have been better to keep Jesse and go to Casa coupled up and let him play around and then find somebody.
Nadja's better TV? Like, you like her tears better? I don't. They're both terrible.
Oh my God, no.
That's not the TV that I care for. It's really annoying. Like, if you're gonna come in and be a bombshell, I'm down with it. You're gonna go in, try to break up a couple, go for it. Like, let's do it. But like the whole crying about it after, like, I'm just not feeling that. I'm just not here for that. Like, choose your lane then. Like, stay out of their business and not cry about it.
Yeah.
Do we have any initial prediction for Casa? Love Island USA released the pictures on Instagram. I don't see any threats to Zimmy. Well, that black girl with the braids that looks exactly like Bria. Maybe. But if she's smart, she'd just go directly for Jeff.
She has no body.
That's true.
None of them do, actually, to be fair. I don't think anybody's in there that's gonna pull Timmy. Personally.
She's at least chasing someone. I guess that's better TV.
Chasing who? Isaiah? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. All right.
I guess so.
I was confused at first. I was like, wait, who is she chasing?
Yeah, I don't see any threats on the lady side. On the male side, like they're gonna have to have a lot to be able to penetrate that couple.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just looks for Timmy. Like, he loves the vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be hard. But yeah, it's true. The girls are skinny. I think Timmy likes curves. Yeah, he does. Like, you see how he's always, like, grabbing her. So he likes feeling something. Yeah. So.
I don't think. Because that was, I will give Bria that. She definitely had a banging body coming into there. So I don't see any of those girls pulling him.
That's true. Jeff does like butt. Casa girls are too skinny.
Yeah.
There's one girl that was very pretty. I just think I don't know. It's not the girls that are coming into Casa are not lining up for me for the guys that are in the villa, and same like they're not mixing for me.
Mm-mm.
I don't know what they were thinking.
They should have held Naja off and brought her as a Casa girl.
Maybe I don't know. Anyways, that's it, everybody, for this episode. Low key, most of the girls now have nicer bodies. I don't
want to say it's nicer bodies. They just have
shape.
Shape, and I feel like these guys are like the type of guys who like shape. And seeing as Love Island doesn't bring a variety of women, different size women into the villa, I don't think they're bringing in the right girls for
These
these
guys.
guys, because I don't think they went and staffed a cast for the correct type of body that some of these guys like. Not for Jeff. Jeff likes body.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, thanks for chatting about this episode. We will go live tomorrow at 6:15 Eastern to talk about tonight's special episode that is going on. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go live with Sarah from Nerdtainment in 20 minutes to talk about yesterday's episode of Big Brother. What do you have going on, Tamika?
I will do a watch party for this episode. Hopefully it's good, seeing as they're screwing up our schedule.
Yeah. It's like, I'm like, well, why didn't you just have episodes on Mondays then? Right? Like, I just thought, I'm like, ooh, Tuesday's going to be a free day for me in general. Like, I have stuff to do at 8 or at 9 or whatever, but like, I don't have to do anything at 6. I'm like, cool. And like, now they pop in a new episode. It's like, well, you're annoying. Deb is going to go for that Timmy lookalike. I don't know.
I mean, Trey is her age. She said, I think that he has the physique that she seems to like, like she said, that footballer kind of physique. Dark skinned black guy. Could see her do that. I don't know. The guys are definitely better. I mean, well, who's the Timmy look like? I saw the Chaz look like. Who's the Timmy look like?
Well, maybe the Timmy look like the Chaz look like.
Yeah. The guys are definitely better this year than the
But like, I also don't know what their personality is like, and I'm big on personality. So far, pretty much the only personality I care for right now is Timmy. I prefer someone to be corny than to be Jesse. Like, yeah. Oh, I like Jeff's actually. He'd entertain me at least. Yeah. Bryce is a bit boring for me.
Is he
Isaiah? Or maybe if I was in high school.
It? I don't know. There's that.
Say that again.
I said, is he boring or we just not seeing
That's
him?
True. That's true. Exactly.
So there's that.
I don't know anything about him, so yeah. I'm not in. I've not shown anything, so I can't tell if I care about him or not.
Yeah.
Anyways, make sure you subscribe to both of our channels, Reality Realness and Entertainment in Color, on all platforms. Like this video and let us know who you actually think is going to be dumped tonight. Do you think it's going to be Maddie or do you think it's going to be Nadja? How do you think that these men are going to choose? And then out of the women's side, which guy are they going to send home? Is it Chaz, or do you think that maybe someone else might be sent home? Do you think that maybe... Oh, I guess Courtney can't have a say in here. So maybe but Zeta already said that she's not going to send Bryce home. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's figure out who's going to go home. Hi, Netha. Nice to catch you live today and listen to you ladies lurking today because it's late here and I fall asleep. Well, you can go to sleep right now. And we'll see you again tomorrow at around this time. Bye, everybody. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Tamika.